Hello friends, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing how I set up my new snap binder using Simple Stories Woodlands collection. I love this collection. I actually have hiking photos from a few years ago from when my son and I went to Colorado to visit my sister Katie. And so I thought I'm going to go ahead and give her my album that I initially did, and I'm going to keep this one for myself. And so to begin, I'm using the Cranberry album, and I'm going to be using some paper to mount to the album. I love this print, so it's going to be the main focal point of the album. And so right now I added an adhesive sheet to the back and a little bit of glue since the sheet was too short. And I'm just mounting that right onto the album itself, leaving a little border around the edge. And also I'm using the foam stickers for my title. I like the blue, and I think it really looks good with the reds and the greens and the browns. And also I love the butterflies, so I'm going to go ahead and place some butterflies down just to add more dimension, and some more foam stickers. And it's really, I wanted to keep it simple but add a little bit of embellishment. And then for the book spine, the plate, I'm going to add a little title. I do this with all my albums. That way when they're on the shelf, I know what album it is based on the book plate. And so I'm just going to cut it down and then squeeze it right in there. Sometimes it's hard to get that to come through, and you might need to use something else to just kind of push it in there. But I'm going to go ahead and get that in there. This can be a little tricky. And then sometimes I do embellish that plate with like metal brads or enamel dots, but I'm not going to do that with this. I'm just going to keep it simple. And then I'm going to go ahead and decorate the back of the cover using some more foam stickers. I love these. And I love these sentiments, so I'm going to just go ahead and put those down with a little green heart. So pretty. And I'm also going to go ahead and mount down this 6x8 pattern paper print. I like it, and it's perfect for this album for the first page. And so I'm going to go ahead and place that on the page in the center. And then I do like to add a little bit of foam stickers just to add dimension, to make it pop a little bit. And so I'm just moving the butterfly around to see where I want it to go. And I'm moving along here. And I'm trying to figure out what to do on the back of this page. I was going to add just a foam sticker sentiment, but then I thought I'm going to go ahead and use another 6x8 print that I like with the fox. And I'm going to go ahead and place that down in the middle of this page. It's so cute. I love it. And then I'm going to add a title. And I'm just before I put them down, I'm just moving them around to get an idea of how it looks. Because once I put it down there, it's not coming out. These foam stickers are really strong, and they're really great quality. And so now I'm moving some pages out, and for the right side, I'm going to go ahead and create a fun journal page for this. And I'm going to go back and add some journaling to it, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and embellish it with chipboard pieces. Super simple, but really cute. I just think it adds so much to the album. And so I'll be documenting my stories later when I'm finished the album. And so I'm kind of figuring out what decorative brads I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Okay, and then for the back I'm just going to keep it simple. Add some mushroom chipboard there. And I was going to add another title, just a little thing, not too much. And then enamel dot, and that's it for that. Not every page has to be embellished with a lot of things, so sometimes simple is just as pretty, so we're going to keep it simple for this album. And then I like the butterfly, but I decided I didn't want to use it up yet. And then I'm just going through to see what else I want to use for prints to decorate the chipboard pages. I love the mushroom print. It's so pretty. I mean, this whole collection is so pretty. So I'm going to use that. Put that down here, making sure it's not upside down. And I added to Discover chipboard. I think it's a chipboard. Or no, it's the foam sticker. And now I'm going to add some chipboard pieces. And I like to glue these down just so they don't fall off over time. And I'm just going to keep it simple and moving along. And I'm just literally setting up the album. I do this with all my albums before I actually include the pictures, and it just makes it so much easier. And I enjoy this process the most. And I love this blueprint paper, so I'm going to definitely use that. And I like the blue tone on tone, so I'm going to stick with the all blue on this page. And then for the next page, I'm going to use these mushrooms, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm not really sure yet what is happening, so I'm just looking to see what we can do here. And then I found another blue chipboard piece that I'm going to just stick right over here, and a little heart. I just like how that looks. And then I'm just going to go ahead and glue the mushroom down at the bottom of this chipboard page, because I do like that and I want to keep that. And then the moth. And then I'm trying to figure out what else to do, and I think that's going to do it. Just a little layer of another foam sticker with the mushroom. And I think that's all I'm going to do there. I'm just going to leave it. And then I have the back of this page to do. The butterfly paper is super, super beautiful. I just love it. So I'm going to use this one. And I use a lot of pattern paper in my albums. I know that you noticed that. I just love patterns and embellishments. And then I'm going to add this sticker here. And another sentiment here with a decorated brad. I know it's a little busy with the paper, the butterflies, but you can still see it. And then here are my clear pages. We're going to go ahead and do these pages. I'm going to cut these 3x4 journaling cards out. I love playing with these, so I am setting up some of my pocket pages so that once this is all set up, I literally just need to print out the photos using my selfie, and I will just pop them in there, and it will pretty much be done because I'm already embellishing the pages. So this is fun, and I like to include pocket pages in these albums. It's fun, and it's a great way to use a lot of pictures too without having to do too much work. And I'm going to go ahead and cut some tags out from the cut apart sheet. I love my tags. And then we'll punch a hole in there, add some foam strips just for dimension, and mount it right on the card. And then I'm going to add some string. Okay, cut that down. And now I'm going to add a decorated brad, and I'm looking for a sentiment. I pop that on there, and a little heart, and that's it. I know I probably make it look so easy, but I actually put a lot of time into thinking about the design, so when these videos happen, I've spent a lot of time thinking about where the pages are going, but it's quicker when I do the videos. So I'm going to go ahead and embellish these cards with some chipboard and stickers just to add dimension and make them come to life. And it's super simple. as you can see. And now I'm looking for something else to do. I want to create a flip page. So to do this, I'm going to cut out the 4 of the 3x4 cards so that they're still together, okay? And then I'm going to fold both ends in towards the middle, and that will create the flip page. And then I'm going to mount it right on the sleeve, like so. And that way you have a flip page. And then I'm going to cut another tag out, and I'm going to go ahead and mount this inside the card. And I'm going to just use regular adhesive to do that. And then I'm going to add some string. And later I'll come back in here and add the photo, a 4x6 photo to the center. But right now I'm just embellishing it with a tag, with a decorative brad. And then for the right side, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was going to use some chipboard, but I didn't want it to be too bulky. So now I'm looking at die cuts. I'm going to cut that down so it's a straight end. And that way it doesn't like poke out. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And now I'm looking for a sentiment to put there. And I was going to put a heart there, but I'm going to just leave it. And then for the back of the book, I'm going to decorate it with a sticker. I love this fox with the mushroom. It's so pretty. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop this up with a foam strip. I'm going to cut that down and pop that up there. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and decorate the little tabs on the chipboard pages. The stickers fit in there nicely, and I just like the way it looks when the book is closed and you can see the tabs. Okay, and now I'm just going to put them in there on each page. Okay, and now I am going to make a fun bookmark for this album, and I'm just simply folding one of the pages that comes in the album in half, and then I'm going to adhere it so that it's combined together and it won't move, and then I'm going to punch the holes in there and place that back in the album. And then I'm looking for die cuts that I can use and layer them up just to make it look pretty. And it's just going to look fun when you're flipping through the album and you have different size pages and bookmarks and flip pages and pocket pages. I like to do a variety to keep it fun and interactive. So I am trying to figure out what I want to do. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with this, so I'm just like kind of playing around with it. And then I was going to leave that the way it was, and then I decided I'm going to add some more to it, but for now I'm going to go ahead and just keep it going and add some things to the back. And I'm trying to keep it simple, but making it look fun. And I'm just going through the embellishments and looking for things that will work. And sometimes it takes me longer to do this, but in the end it works out. So I love the little flowers, and I'm just looking for like greenery. And I don't have a whole lot, and some flowers, because my thought process is I want to add dimension at the top there with the flowers and maybe pop them up. And so I'm going to add some greenery up there just because I feel like it needs it. And then I'm going to tuck the butterfly down there with a decorative brad. And so I'm trying to find a flower or flowers that's going to work up there. And then I gave up on that for a minute, and then I'm just coming back to the first page to see what I can do to finish this up. I'm going to go ahead and place the butterfly down here with the little decorative brad to the center. And then I'm looking for a sentiment. I'm going to pop that up here. And sometimes you just have to like take a break from one page, move to a different one, and then come back. and it always works for me. Like, this is coming together quickly now because I just took a minute to get my thoughts together. So I cut the tag in half, and then I'm just using part of it for the top. And I just like the way this looks. And I'm going to cut that down and add a decorated brad. And I was going to do the snail, but it was a little too big, so I went with a smaller one. Alright, and then I am going to do a quick flip through here. Let me clean up my mess. Alright, and so here we go. This is what I've already done to get this set up, and I just love it so much. So then when I do start putting pictures in, it'll be done in no time. I hope you were inspired by this, and thank you so much for visiting today. Take care.